Here we go. It's time to go temple building from the inside out. Many of us know that physical and mental health play a direct part in spiritual health, but we may not know how to bring it all together. Well, here's your host, Desiree Fletcher Carruthers, as we go temple building from the inside out.
Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Hope you are doing fantastic. Welcome to KPOG 102.9's Temple Building from the Inside Out. I'm your host, Desiree Fletcher Carruthers, and thank you for joining me. I know it's cold outside, folks, but we are still too blessed to be worried about that or the snow. So I hope you're bundling up and still doing the things that you do. As far as temple building goes, please be sure to visit us at kpog.org, where you can also listen live or download the KPOG app on your smartphone and carry us with you wherever you go. You're doing laundry, you're working from home, moving from room to room. Who knows what you're doing? If you have us on the smart app, you can listen to us wherever you might be. So on this fine February 10th, I believe that's what today is. I could be wrong. I probably should check that out. But I do believe it's the 10th. It's Wednesday. Because you know what? My birthday is on Friday. Yay! Praise the Lord. I'm going to move around the rock one more year. So pretty excited about that. My oldest daughter, her birthday is on Saturday. So it's always fun to be able to share that time together. And then, of course, that just leads us right into Valentine's Day. So my poor husband, he's got birthday, and then Valentine's Day. What is a man to do? But he handles it with grace. So we are post Super Bowl. What did you guys think about that game? It wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be, I didn't think it was going to be super high scoring, but I thought KC was going to score a little higher than they did. But hey, as far as Super Bowl goes, I really enjoyed some of the commercials. I thought they were super cute. Some years the commercials fall flat, but I thought this year delivered. So we are post Super Bowl and we are pre-Valentine's Day, as I alluded to. So how are you guys coming with that? You got your gift ideas all lined up, better yet, purchased, planned, all of that great stuff. If you do not, don't worry. I am coming to the rescue. I am here to give you a few ideas to maybe help figure out what that Valentine's Day is. Maybe something a little more unique than what you've done in the past, but it's definitely going to be a little healthier option than maybe what you've done in the past. I know we all like our chocolates, but you know what? Valentine's Day does not have to be about sweet foods. It just doesn't. I know we love the hearts and, like Forrest says, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get with each one. And that's true. But I'm going to challenge you, if you don't have your Valentine's gift picked out this year, to think out of the box and maybe go with something along the health route. So, sweets are enjoyed for a few minutes, but your loved one, your significant other, your main squeeze, they're going to be working on their health for a lifetime. And don't you want them to be the healthiest that they can be? Ask yourself that. Or maybe you would like a healthier gift option. Who knows? So consider these options here as we roll into the show. First thought, couples massage. So if you or your loved one has been working hard at the gym or just, working hard in general, just working on yourself, trying to bring the bacon and all that great stuff, why not plan a massage as a welcome gift idea? And to top that off, why not make it more romantic and create an experience for the two of you at the same time? Because many spas offer couples massage. And you know what? If you don't have the budget for a spa massage, consider giving a massage at home. Invest in a few basic massage oils or even a massage tool or two. They don't have to be super expensive. And then you can give your sweetie a relaxing experience at home. And then maybe he or she may want to reciprocate and do the same for you. Pick out some nice music, maybe some candles, find a babysitter for the kids, create the ambiance, and then, just enjoy that time together. Now, another thing that I think would be fun, and I think this is just me and I might be kind of weird, but it might be a couples cooking class. Wouldn't that be fun? Okay, maybe not, but I think that thing is really exciting. I mean, this can just be one of those things where you are celebrating not only each other, but your commitment to healthier living with the class 4 too. Now, depending on the size of your community, maybe there are independent organizations that offer cooking classes, or maybe a community college that would offer that experience for you. So, get signed up. Whatever it is that you do, it doesn't necessarily have to take place on Valentine's Day, but it's the thought of the gift that you're giving on Valentine's Day. And if a class isn't available, make a romantic meal that fits into your loved one's meal plan. If they're trying to work on cleaning up their eating habits, and put out a tablecloth and use the special dishes if you have them. And again, the candles and the music, maybe they might want a healthy cookbook or a cooking tool if that's their thing. So, it depending on what their hobby is, the cooking idea could be a lot of fun. One of the more maybe basic things that you've probably already thought of is having a mani-pedi session together. It's always more fun when you take someone with you. And I've drugged my husband with me a couple of times. He's all about the pedicures, not so much the manicures. But, just because you get a manicure doesn't mean you have to have your nails painted, fellas. I'm just saying. But foot health is important. So get a pedicure, get those nails trimmed up, shaped up, go with your significant other and just enjoy the quiet time together. And, there are also spas that offer, men specific services like men's facials or foot treatments or, beard grooming, all of those kinds of things. So, a spa day for a man or a woman, if you find a place that will cater to you both, could be a lot of fun on Thanksgiving Day. Here's one that doesn't cost a lot of money and does not involve food per se or sweets, is coupons for chores. All right. So if you are on a budget, give your sweetie a commitment to do that honeydew that he or she has been wanting you to do for a long time, and take that extra time to actually getting it done. Giving the gift of time just helps with that relationship, that spending it together, bonding. It could be working out with them if that's what they've been wanting to do and you haven't done it. It could be something around the house. It could be whatever it is, going to visit a certain store that they really wanted to go to and wanted you to go with them. But commit to giving them their time and make a point of doing the things that they have been asking you to do that you haven't had time to do thus far. All right. Maybe an active adventure outing. So a trip to go do something, and it doesn't have to be far. And if traveling's not your thing, again, it can be a local thing, but maybe there's one thing that I want to take my family to do. So I think this would be great is a zip line. There's a zip line park. Maybe it's about an hour and 45 minutes from where we live, but it's outdoors. And I really just want to take all of my kids because they've never done before. So even though I'm wanting to do it with the family, that would be a great gift for me because I want that time with my family. And if my husband did that, I would be like, that is fantastic. So, gifts always depend on what that person likes and what it is that they want. Even though Valentine's Day is supposed to be all about that person, and you definitely want to customize it and make it, special to that individual, but you really just need to hone in on what is special to that individual and then, plan the gift accordingly. Here's a different idea that I haven't thought of before, but that I thought was kind of fun. If you have a partner who loves to journal, if they like to plan, prioritize, there's a thing called a happiness planner. It's an actual thing. You can check it out at thehappinessplanner.com. And the happiness planner is designed to help people work through their life with self-reflection questions, action items, and intention. So this gets you back to kind of like the lines of those SMART goals we've been talking about earlier this year. And it's beautifully designed, and it makes planning the big and small aspects of your life, more fun. My sister, she is a planner. She has a calendar for everything. A happiness planner might be motivational and right up her alley. And I believe it also has an app in addition to the hardbound planner. So if your significant other is all about the planning, that might be an option for you. There's also the gift of sleep. Sleep is super healthy, and most of us are sleep deprived. Naps are a great way to detox the body, clear your mind, and boost your immune system. So maybe, you want to carve out some quiet time. Again, find a place for the kids. Maybe buy your spouse a new pillow, or maybe a new comforter for the bed, or a candle for the bedroom, or something again to create that ambiance, and give them a ticket for a nap. 2 hours of uninterrupted sleep whenever they want it. You're going to make it happen and make it special with the add-ons. And if they want to spend that time sitting in the bed with you, watching Netflix as they fall asleep, you can make that happen too. But if you are really set on chocolate, then let's make it dark chocolate, all right? Let's not even fight about it. Dark chocolate, is full of antioxidants, minerals, and anti-inflammatory ingredients. And it's scientifically proven that chocolate makes you happy. So there is the chocolate fix that you may have been waiting for as a Valentine's Day gift. So those are just some different suggestions on things that you can think of. Get online, get on your smartphone, start researching a few things. And it doesn't always have to take a great deal of time to plan a great gift. Google can point you in the right direction at the tip of your fingers in an instant. So think out of the box, take time, at least a half an hour and and get that gift. And yes, peanut M&Ms, although they're chock full of all those dyes I talked about in a previous show, I love them. Chocolate covered nuts, one of my favorites. In fact, if there were a dark chocolate peanut M&M, and maybe there is, I just haven't seen it yet, that might be at the top of my list for Valentine's Day. I'm just saying. I know, Corey Carruthers, you might be listening. You've got all kinds of ideas too. So I don't know, maybe this part of the show was a little selfish, helping my husband out, although I wasn't really intending to do that. But now that I put all this out there, there are several of those suggestions that I would not mind for Valentine's Day. I'm just saying. So I hope you guys work it out. Have great gift ideas. You can make it healthy. Health is a lifestyle, regardless of what life throws at you as far as holidays, work, kids, job. It can all work together. We don't have to fall apart because of schedule and stress. So just kind of keep that in mind. Also, PSA, I wanted to alert you guys to an upcoming educational event. Maybe your significant other is into health education and they're wanting to learn more about how to really support themselves, you and your kids, your family's health. So I'm going to throw a shout out to an event, Educated, the Truth You Don't Know. This is on Saturday, February 27th. There's going to be a guest speaker, Mary Toko. She's an independent researcher coming in, going to be sharing all kinds of great information about how to raise kids nature's way, toxins in the home that you may not be aware of. She's also going to get into vaccines and health along those lines, and she's going to be talking about the COVID vaccine and just things you might not know around that area. So if you're considering the vaccine and you're wanting the big picture of what you should be in tune with before you go ahead and get that shot, if you're not on the first responders list, this will be an event for you. For more information, just text the word educated, EDUCATED, educated. Text that word to 515-309-3791, and that will get you all the event details. Again, text the word educated to 515-309-3791. That event is taking place in West Des Moines. So if that's your jam and you are looking for more information on just boosting the health of your family and you can get here, check it out. Okie doke. All right, here we go. So for the rest of the show, I want to introduce you guys to the EWG. And maybe you're already familiar with them. I'm not sure, but the reason I want to share more information about them is because if cleaning up your food sources is one of your SMART goals for 2021, then what I'm about to say next will be very important because it's going to relate directly to your fruits and vegetables. Now, there's a caveat here. So don't complicate your SMART goals any more than necessary. So if you actually created them, and if one of them is to add more fruits and vegetables to your diet because you're just not getting them in, you don't do a good job of eating them, and I'm talking fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, then just stick with that. Just stick with that. Just work on getting more servings of fresh fruits, vegetables, even frozen. Okay, canned might be fine, but really my preference is fresh and or frozen. Just focus on that. Knock that goal out of the park first, and then you can look to raise the bar from there. Now, for those of you who feel like you're doing a good job of getting in your fruits and veggies, and you probably are, all right? You're eating them, they're great. They're on 2 to 3 meals out of your day. You've got a good part of your plate covered in fresh fruits and veggies, great. But your SMART goal was to continue to clean up your food selection. So you're getting them in there, but you're ready to take that next step. Here's where we're going to get with that next step. So whether the info I'm going to share from the EWG pertains to your SMART goals for this year or next year, you know what? Being aware of information is half the battle. And when you're ready to act on it, then you will do just that. So if you're not familiar with the EWG, which stands for the Environmental Work Group, all right, it is an American activist group that specializes in research and advocacy in the areas of agricultural subsidies, toxic chemicals, drinking water, pollutants, and corporate accountability. All right, so they are environmental watchdogs of sorts when it comes to food and things that impact your body. And what they're most notable for every year is that they release the Dirty Dozen and Clean 15 food lists. And if you're not familiar with what those are, the Dirty Dozen is a list of the 12 fruits and vegetables that contain the highest concentrations of pesticides. And the Clean 15 is a list of 15 fruits and vegetables that contain the fewest concentrations of pesticides, which the EWG believes are the safest foods to buy conventionally. So the Clean 15 are the safest foods that the EWG has recommended that we buy conventionally, meaning whether they're organic or not. Those are the 15 safest foods. Now, for the Dirty Dozen, they recommend that you buy organic. Now, if there is a fruit or vegetable that you really like to eat that is not on either list, you're like, well, where does it fall? What do we do? Their first recommendation is to always buy organic. If it doesn't make either list, I would say, you know what? Whatever your budget allows you to do, buy it. If you're getting in fresh fruits and vegetables, buy it. If you can buy organic, then do that. If you can't, just keep working on getting more fruits and vegetables into your diet. So the EWG Shopper Guide to Pesticides in Produce, so that's the title, the EWG Shopper Guide to Pesticides in Produce, like I said, ranks the pesticide contamination of 47 popular fruits and vegetables. This guide is based on test results by the Department of Agriculture and the Food and Drug Administration of more than 43 samples of produce. So these pesticide sample tests are coming from the FDA and the DOA, Department of Agriculture and the Food and Drug Administration, all right? So when collecting data for their shopper's guide, the EWG looks at first wash and or peel produce before testing it. So was the produce washed before they test it or not? The same way that a consumer would before eating it. So even though it's still important to wash produce, especially if it's conventional, washing does not remove all traces of pesticide, and the items included in the Dirty Dozen are the ones with the most pesticide residue after washing and after peeling. So they take a look at it before washing, they take a look at it after washing. Now, you might say, well, Desiree, you know, these foods are on here, they've been washed, and they still have pesticide residue. Should I wash them again? Does that make any difference? I'm going to say to you, it probably couldn't hurt. Because we just don't know what the washing protocol is for fruits and vegetables when they come from the field into the processing plant, put on a truck, and then sent to our grocery store. We don't know how robust it is or robust that it is not. So, if I would wash it again, and I would make it a thorough rinsing. I would recommend that you don't eat anything straight out of the package, even organic. I would rinse and wash it all. Because even with organic fruits and vegetables, stuff floats around in the air. You never really know for sure what residual you might get. Organic is a process. It says that I will grow this food without the use of pesticides, GMOs, so on and so forth. But it doesn't mean that a heavy wind might not send some stuff over an organic field. You just don't know. So I have to put that caveat out there. So eating organic always makes us feel better, but that doesn't necessarily mean that is 100% pesticide free. So if we're going to be honest and call a square, then it needs to be square, and that's just how it goes. So if you're wondering what the 2020 Dirty 12 is and Dirty 15 is, let's take a look here. So for 2020, the top 12 pesticide-laden fresh fruits and vegetables after washing. So when you pick up a package of strawberries in the store, this is what they're going to have on them. Strawberries come in number one as with the most traces of pesticide residue, followed by spinach, kale, nectarines, apples, grapes, peaches, cherries, pears, tomatoes, celery, and potatoes. So potatoes coming in at number 12. The top 12 listed in order there. Now, as far as the EWG's Clean 15, starting with number 1, avocados. All right, love avocados. They're the good fat. If you've never tried one, try one. Coming in at number 2, sweet corn, followed by pineapple, onions, papayas, sweet peas, frozen, eggplant, asparagus, cauliflower, cantaloupe, broccoli, mushrooms, cabbage, honeydew melons, and kiwis. So these are the EWG's Clean 15. So whether you buy them conventional or organic, these are the top 15 fruits and veggies that have the least traces of pesticide residue on them. So why does that matter? In the grand scheme of things, it just matters how particular you are about your food. And if knowledge is power, then power is on, because you just have one more tool in your tool belt to determine what you do and don't want to feed yourselves and or your family. Because a little bit here and there, probably not going to do us in. But once you get that buildup going, and you get a lot of that built up in your body and your system over time, there's just no telling what kind of health effects. Well, there actually is. And there's research that proves it, that pesticide buildup in your system is bad and can cause a lot of health conditions, even on to death in some instances. So there is that. But if you're really conscious about where your food comes from, then the EWG is going to be a great resource for you to keep in mind. There's even a little, which is the sheet that I was reading from here just a minute ago, a little shopper's guide that you can cut it out and put it in your purse to remind you which fruits and veggies are the cleanest along there. And again, I'm not trying to deter you from purchasing your fresh fruits and veggies. Just know that you should rinse everything, okay? Don't eat it out of the package if it's fresh or raw. Rinse it, wash it before you eat it. Basic rule of thumb. And if you can buy organic, do. And if you can't, wash and wash it again. Now, for anyone out there that wears makeup, wears perfume or cologne, regularly uses a skincare product of any kind, there is also EWE.org Skin Deep. So if you want to find the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15, you can check out EWE.org. But if you want to find out more about their research on ingredients in skincare products, then go to EWG.org/Skin Deep. Okay? Because after all, your skin is the largest organ of your body, and it absorbs things on the regular. So when you visit EWG.org/Skin Deep, you plug in a product name, and if that particular product is in the database, it will not only pull up the ingredient list for that product, but will give that product a rating of cancer concerns, developmental and reproductive toxicity, allergies, and immunotoxicity, and use restrictions. Okay, so just lots of information to consider there. They also have sections for sun care products, hair products, nails, babies. So bubble bath, oil, shampoos, lotions, powders, toothpaste, wipes, all of those different products for kids, knowing what your kids are ingesting through those different products. They have a section for oral care and one just for men. All right, so you can find out information about beard care, deodorant, facial cleaners, hair coloring, shampoo, shaving cream, all of that great stuff. Because truth be told, and we don't think about this a lot, because we really only pay attention to what the commercials are telling us, and the commercials aren't going to tell us if there are a ton of ingredients in there that just aren't really that great for us. They may be approved for human consumption, but that does not mean that it's a good ingredient that we want to either put in our mouths or put on our bodies on a regular basis. There are always options, and a lot of times there are better options. We just don't know what they are. We don't know where to look. We don't know what the resources are. And so that's the purpose of this program, is just to give you more information, more food for thought when you are planning products, foods that you want to have in your household and available to your children, to your loved ones, what have you. So you can definitely check those out. It's a watchdog group that's been around for a long time. They've been instrumental in creating and pushing through legislation in our behalf for more environmentally friendly practices, for more oversight on our food ingredients, and just the way that our foods are produced, packaged, prepared, and then sent to us. So ewg.org is a great place for you guys to look. Now, next week, I'm running out of time today, and that's always seems to be the case, right? I want to talk more about propylene glycol. Are you guys familiar with that? Have you ever heard about that? Propylene glycol is a synthetic food additive that you not only find in a lot of processed foods, but you could also find it in medications, which may not seem all that strange, in laxatives, vaccines. Now, that might try to perk up some interest there, but you know where else you can also find propylene glycol? You can find it in antifreeze. So start to noodle that over. A food ingredient or an ingredient that's found in processed foods is also used in antifreeze. So next week, we're going to take a little closer look at propylene glycol, and we're also going to dive into discussion about detoxes. And detox is not just for the select individual here or there. Detoxing is something actually that everybody could do and probably should do. So if you're interested in learning more about either of those items, be sure that you tune in next week. And in the interim, just remember, your body is a temple, so let's build it.
Thanks for joining us for today's edition of Temple Building from the Inside Out, brought to you by the Hazel May Collaboration and Nutrition Coaching, helping you live your healthiest life yet. And remember, the thoughts and viewpoints of this program should not be taken as professional advice. Consult your physician for medical concerns.